there, this is the Sherlock Brew Podcast series brought to you by Sherlock Supercoach AI. On the show, you'll find actionable insights and bite-sized conversations with HR and business leaders on topics that provoke thoughts and new paradigms to better understand and develop Gen Z and young millennials on your team. We'll help you look at new possibilities and gain perspectives to level up young professionals and help them surge ahead on your team. So we have another question for you, Michael. When it comes to imposter syndrome, it may be not just exclusive to Gen Z, young millennials. It's something I've certainly experienced myself, and I have a lot of friends who are older than me. We all seem to be struggling with that regardless of our industry. And we're curious to learn, especially from your experience now, as a consultant, previously 30 years working in HR, CHRO, and then now writing a book a lot of young people also find interesting. So what are your thoughts on imposter syndrome in general? How it might impact the next generation, the young Gen Zs?
Yeah. Boy, hopefully it won't, because hopefully it won't do the same thing that to them that was done to us. And the way I'd like to frame it is my friend, we've talked about, Michael Bungay Stanier, wrote the Coaching Habit and other great books, had a great little book called Do More Great Work. And he talks about between bad work, good work, and great work. And basically, we grew up in a world of good work, right? Where, you make the money on this, you get rewarded for that, you get promoted for that, do all this good work. And the world is built to create more and more good work, which is just fine. But it's not great work. It's not the stuff that really engages you deeply and moves your soul. And they can overlap sometimes, but many times they don't. And so I think for many of us, as the world has demanded more great work from us, right now, as you know, one of the things that I do, for a living is I work with, some of the most senior executives in the world. And the goal is to move from becoming great to transformational leaders, which is a big leap. And you think, what, being a great leader isn't enough anymore? It's like, no, it's not. And so we live in this world where so much is being asked for us that we can't help but feel like imposters. And when we talk about people coming up, in Generation Z nowadays, they're starting thinking about, what do I want to be? What is this meaning I'm making? Where am I going? What's going to, what hole am I going to punch in the sky as I go forward? And so hopefully we're letting them be the kind of people that won't have to feel like they're an imposter when they do something great. And now I do worry that there may be a bit of a flip the switch backlash on that, in which there's a feeling among people, if they don't achieve, widespread fame or something and become a massive influencer with big advertising revenues coming in, that they haven't done anything, which is certainly not the case. Although that seems to be kind of, the celebrity story that's lauded about, so-and-so's YouTube channel got 6 million views and now they're making tons of money. And yeah, some people do that. It's not the place for everyone, though. So I hope that while we move away from a place of feeling like we're imposters, they don't move into a place where they're feeling like they're not celebrities enough. Because celebrity is not where greatness lies. Your own great work can be very quiet. It can be very personal. It may be something that everyone sees, and it may be something that very few people see. But I think that when we deal with imposter syndrome now, it's because we're trying to move to a place of greatness and transformative work from just the good work we've been doing. And we feel like, well, how can we be that people? We haven't been them all along, because we haven't given ourselves that reign and that freedom to develop that part of ourselves. Does that make sense? Does that answer the question well enough, Faye?
I love the answer, because what you just said reminded me of my current favorite TV show. It's called Extraordinary on Hulu. I highly recommend you check it out. It's literally about a group of kids who are now in their mid-20s, but by default, everybody's supposed to be given a superpower by the time they turn 18. And of course, the lead girl doesn't have a superpower at the age of 25. And how does she navigate in society? And it was just so telling, like, who can she be friends with? There's one episode called Our Greatest Powers Are the Friends We Made Along the Way. And for that reason, I feel really grateful to have met you and to share this conversation. And what you said, it just resonated on many different levels. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you find it helpful. We'll soon be back with our next podcast. In the meantime, please share this episode with your friends and colleagues.